Hi everyone, it's early October in our fall vegetable garden. The warm season plants are starting to look tired, but they are still producing fruit. In today's video, I'm going to harvest some vegetables as well as take care of some chores around the garden. I'll also give you a tour to show you what's growing in the garden. Please stay tuned. In these 3 pots, I have bitter melon. I picked up these plants at our church's plant sale back in the springtime, and as you can see, it is still going strong. I built this plant cage to support the bitter melon. Here you see some fruit, and the plants are still sending out flowers. In my experience here in Southern California, bitter melon will grow well into the fall, October and into November. I think one of the keys to growing bitter melon is to keep it fed. So let me show you how I fertilize our bitter melon. I apply this fertilizer once a week, sometimes once every 2 weeks. And I think this is really important to help these bitter melon continue to send out flowers and to develop the fruit. I'm also fertilizing our Shishito peppers because they are still fruiting, and I'm also feeding our tomatoes. I'm going to harvest this Swiss chard. This variety is called Bright Lights. Now, this is really susceptible to heat. We're having a little bit of a heat wave here in Southern California, and yesterday during the day, this basically wilted. And so over the course of the evening, it has rehydrated, so it's looking good right now. So just be aware that the Swiss chard are very susceptible to heat. These are turnips, and unfortunately something has been munching on them. I did have it covered, so I'm not quite sure what caused this damage. I don't see any pill bugs, so that can't be the culprit. So I'm going to have to get out here in the evening to find out what's eating these guys. So this is kind of disappointing. I really like this variety of turnip. It's called Tokyo Cross. Here we have carrots I planted back in early September, so they're coming up and doing nicely. These won't be ready for at least another 5 to 6 weeks. Let's go ahead and harvest some of these green beans. These are the Blue Lake variety. Yeah, that's a nice little harvest of green beans. It's good for a meal. This is a Thai pepper plant, so as you can see, it is just loaded with fruit. I'm gonna pick off all the red ones. And my wife likes to take these peppers and add them to a ponzu, or a citrus soy sauce, and we use that as a spicy condiment to our foods. Here's a pot of beets I sowed back in September, so they're getting off to a good start. You might be wondering why I have these Ziploc bags over these tomato clusters. Well, the reason I have these Ziploc bags on these tomatoes is to prevent rats from attacking them. We've had problems with rats in the past, so this has really worked. It's turned out to be a really good solution. And I'll show you in the inset a rat walking off with a sun gold cherry tomato. So I'm really happy with how this is working out. Okay, let's go ahead and take off the bag and harvest some of these Roma tomatoes. As you can see, with these Ziploc bags, I have it open on one end, so that allows for ventilation, and the rats can't get at the tomatoes. So these are looking really good. We like to pick them at this breaker stage where they're not quite fully ripe, and then let them ripen on the windowsill. Okay, these look great. Let's take a look at these tomatoes. As you can see, they're still a little bit on the green side. Now these are a golden momentato, so they turn orange, but they're still a little green. We like to pick them at this breaker stage and let them ripen on the windowsill. Let me show you what that looks like. Okay, so as you can see, these are still a little green. And let me show you some ones on the windowsill that have been ripening for the past couple of days. Here are the two tomatoes that I just picked. I picked these about 3 or 4 days ago in the same state. So as you can see, they're turning orange, which is the color of these golden momentato. And here you see one that's ripened. So I pick them at the breaker stage, and they get like this, after about four days to about a week. Here I have 6 Shishito plants that I planted way back in the springtime, and they're still going strong. These plants came from our church plant sale that I picked up, the bitter melon. You can see that they are starting to look tired, but there are flowers being sent out and fruit still growing. Here you can see a few down here. Ginger picked some last night for dinner, but she missed a few big ones back here. Let me show you what they look like when they get bigger. So here's one here, and there's another one back here. So this is the size we like to pick them at. These are great grilled or pan fried. We also like them tempura style. I think one of the keys in growing these and keeping it productive is to feed it. So as you saw earlier, I did fertilize with that organic fertilizer. And I think that makes a big difference in allowing these plants to continue to produce. All right, we have 3 grow bags of sweet potatoes here. Let's take a look at this one. This grow bag I started way back on March 2nd, and this one was started a little bit later on April the 19th. So we're gonna go ahead and harvest this one first and see how we do. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do is just cut out these vines. All right, let's go ahead and empty this into the wheelbarrow. I have the wheelbarrow lined with this tarp. I'm gonna probably take some squeezing of the bag. You actually see the roots growing through the bottom here. right, there's a nice one there. Not the greatest harvest, but at least we got a few. They actually look pretty nice. Okay. Here's what we harvested from the grow bag. A couple of decent sized ones. I mean, this is still on the small side, but a lot of small ones here. I think this is an indication that I harvested these way too early, but that's okay because I still have 2 more grow bags and I'm still learning how to grow sweet potatoes. This is only the maybe 2nd or 3rd year that I've been growing these. So for the other 2, I'm going to let them go a lot longer, probably well into the winter time, so that the smaller ones like this can develop into larger sweet potatoes. Let's take a look at these 2 momotaro plants. You can see that it is producing fruit. Here the bags are protecting them from the rats. Now you might be surprised that these 2 plants are clones of the mother plant, and the mother plant is right over here. This mother plant was planted way back in the springtime and it is still producing fruit. You can see some nice fruit developing. So when these are ready, I will harvest them and pull out the plants, but I think it's still several weeks away from being pulled out. And with this plant, what I did is I trained it up a single stem, and I used these clips here to train it. Now with the offspring, I did something a little different. Instead of training it up a single stem, I'm training these up 2 stems. So here you can see where I allowed a sucker to continue to grow to the side, and off of these 2 stems I cut off all the other suckers. So basically it's 2 stems being trained up the twine using the clips, and it's producing fruit there and there. And as I go up, there's a flower cluster, so it is continuing to develop flowers and fruit. So here's the other stem. There's fruit here and here, and again there are some flower clusters. Now what's nice about training these plants up 2 stems or 1 step in the case of the mother plant is that you can control the growth and prevent it from getting too bushy. But by going to 2 stems instead of 1, I'm getting more bang for my buck. I'm getting much more production. So that's worked out really well. On this back table, we have herbs such as mint that we use in cocktails, parsley, thyme, green onions from cuttings, basil that we love in caprese salad. It's really nice to have these herbs available, so when we're cooking or making drinks, we can come back here and pick what we need and we're good to go. So there you have it. This is our fall vegetable garden. Let's take a look at what we harvested today. Swiss chard, momotaro tomatoes, satsuma sweet potatoes, Roma tomatoes, 2 kinds of peppers, both shishito and Thai, as well as blue lake green beans. Thank you for joining us on the tour. We really appreciate it. Please take a look at the links in the description where I have related videos to this container garden. Please consider subscribing to the channel. We would really appreciate your support. And as always, thank you so much for watching.